In Endless Love, an upper-class girl and a boy from the wrong side of the tracks fight to overcome class boundaries and disapproving parents in order to be together.
Hi, I'm Alex Pettifer, and this is a clip from my movie Endless Love.
Welcome to the inn.
Girl looks like that, has that much dough, can't be real.
When it comes to your character and Jade's character, played by Gabriella Wilde, why do you find that their relationship is so challenged?
I think because of Hugh, her father. I think he's dealt with a loss in his life that has been pretty hard for him.
He just wants to protect her, and he just keeps overreacting. At first it's gradual, and then he begins to lose it a bit.
She spent the past 2 years with her nose in a book.
They both adore their daughter, but I think that she has a sort of female instinct that actually there's something very beautiful in this young man and that he truly loves their daughter. He's a little bit controlling, isn't he?
No.
You know, it's his baby girl. He sees David as like a threat and I guess a speeding process on what Jade really wants.
Excuse me.
You coming?
You're stealing his car?
No, borrow. Come on.
Did you watch the original? And if you did it help you with this time around doing this character?
I think when the original was made, it was a different time. And so the subject matter was a lot more controversial with what they were portraying.
This is a very different movie. This movie is so full of love and so full of the aspiration to love. And the other movie was more desperate, I think, and darker in a way.
They both are about that love that you will never forget. They have that in common, that first love, and how powerful that first love is. I think the original Endless Love takes a darker turn. You know, it doesn't go as well. And this movie, you know, I wanted to show what happens when love wins.
Our director, Shauna Festus, she just so believed in fighting for love, believes, and that was basically the spirit of the film.
So I didn't really have any pressure on feeling like I had to portray a certain person. I felt like I could do my own interpretation. Hopefully people like it.
She would never act this way before.
I've never felt this way about anyone.
Can you come here? You drive me crazy.
Didn't it ever worry you that she wasn't out experiencing the world?
I'm sure you can remember when you were 15 or whenever the first time it really happened for you, whether you were 20 or whatever. And I think everybody taps into that memory, and that brings that, you know, it brings that desire up in everybody, I think.
For me, it was finding the romance between the two characters and the moments, you know, if your job, I thought, God, I'm so lucky. My job is to create love and to show people what love looks like.
I don't want to leave. Tell me to stay.
In your heart, do you think David and Jade stay together forever?
Can I tell you a really funny story?
Please.
I have a friend, and he was a car valet. And he fell in love with one of the girls that came out the cars. He's like, you're doing this movie because because he's one of my best friends. He's like, you're doing this movie because of me. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, so how did it end? He goes, I'll tell you when the movie comes out. We went for a run the other day. I said, so how does Endless Love really turn out? And he goes, well, it turns out with a new wife. Because that one, me and her got divorced.
Oh!
Isn't that terrible?
That's terrible!
I know.
I wanted you to be sappy and say something.
No.
It's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
I warned you.